Willie D Live.
What's up, family? We got a freaky meetup gone wrong. All you super freaks out there, check it out. Leave your comments and I'll come back with mine.
About what led to a deadly shooting at a Savannah apartment complex on Thanksgiving weekend. In court this afternoon, investigators say the shooting stems from a play date coordinated on an adult swingers website.
Mr. Alfonso Warner.
Yes, ma'am.
Alfonso Warner appearing in court for a preliminary hearing on murder and aggravated assault charges, all stemming from the November 29th deadly shooting at the MAA Benton apartment complex on Benton Boulevard. Detectives claim the shooting happened after adults met on a swingers site.
It's called SDC Swingers Lifestyle. That stands for Seek, Discover, and Connect.
Detectives say the victim, 48-year-old Arthur Gaynor, died after he was shot in the stomach. His girlfriend called 911 as she drove him to the hospital. When police met her at her vehicle, she explained what happened.
She had been texting him, she had met up with him before, and she knew his name was Alfonso.
She even used the swingers site to help police identify him.
She took it a step further and signed in online to the account where she initially met him and showed me pictures of him.
The girlfriend told police she asked Alfonso if she could bring Arthur.
She asked if she could bring what you would call in quotation a playmate, so basically a friend. He advised that was okay.
The girlfriend said they arrived at the apartment around 1:30 in the morning.
They were basically inside, partying, drinking, having a good time.
And sometime during that gathering, the girlfriend said Arthur felt disrespected.
He's talking a lot, he's talking stuff. We should just go, let's end the party. So they decided to begin to put on their clothes, and as they put on his clothes, she advised that Alfonso comes from out of the room, what she believes is the room, and shoots him.
Okay, first of all, I don't believe that the woman is telling the whole story. I do not believe she's being forthcoming with all of the facts. Yeah, I think she's only telling part of the story because she says that her man felt disrespected. Disrespected about what? What did he do? I mean, did the other guy ask him for some head? Did he, ask her to eat his booty or something? You know what I'm saying? How did he feel disrespectful? Y'all swinging. Y'all used to this. You're taking your man into the lion's den to be with another so that to watch you at the very least, watch you be with another man. But I don't know, these swinging sites, man, people be into all kinds of stuff. So it could have been a situation where she was hooking up with him to watch them. Yeah, all kinds of wild stuff. She pull up at this dude's house at 1:30, and that right there, even if they had not told me already that she had a previous encounter with the dude, I would have put those two together and said, 1:30? Dude you ain't never met, you showing up with your dude? Yeah, that sounds like somebody, that sounds like some type of report that has already been established, right? She pulls up with her dude to another dude's spot, right? And they engage in some type of freak off. First of all, Diddy would never. Diddy wouldn't do that. Diddy, he never got violent with his, the workers. He never got violent with them. But anyway, you look at this situation and you say, first and foremost, grown folks having a play date, what could go wrong? A play date without children? You know what I mean? But what could go wrong? A whole lot of things can go wrong. Let me tell y'all something, fam. All this freaky stuff is cool, but you got to know there has to be some boundaries. I don't know if this guy was a real serious dude. Maybe they've been together for years or whatever. Or if this guy was just some jump off and they was hooking up with another jump off. I don't know. But I can tell you this. It is not a good idea to lay up in bed or anywhere with somebody that you care about and bring somebody else into the room. That's not a good idea. I've never known those situations to end well. I know personally people who have done this type of thing, and it never works out. Somebody always ends up catching feelings. You might have a situation where it's two dudes, hooking up with a chick, and, you call yourself, looking out for your homie and letting him get some action, and he gets some action. And next thing you know, he in the club, he see the girl, hey, what's up? And she like, because, women oftentimes, they know how to just shut it down. They know how to just have that little freaky thing going on and then shut it all the way down. Like, don't give the other guy no action when they see him in the future. Act like they don't even know them. So you have a dude be like, hey, so you don't know nobody now. They get all emotional and stuff like that. Next thing you know, the chick calling the other dude like, hey, what's up with your boy? Yeah, I saw that sucker and he da-da-da-da. I mean, this is just stuff I heard about, fam. You know what I'm saying? Allegedly, these type of things happen from time to time. So you got to be really careful about that. If fantasizing and all that stuff, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? But actually bringing that stuff to life, it ain't nothing but problems, man. Y'all gonna have to learn how to use your imagination more often. Yeah, use your imagination. Like, bringing a third person into that space is never good. And I'm gonna tell you something else. These polyamory relationships ain't what they purport to be. Yeah, it's a whole lot of those polyamory relationships that have gone wrong. Some of them have ended in murder because people catch feelings. You can go into a relationship thinking that, hey man, I don't care nothing about her. I don't care nothing about him. This is just I'm just having some fun. We just kicking it, whatever. And then as time go by, you start building a connection with that person and you start catching feelings, and now you want to change. You want to change the relationship. You want to change the game. And then that's when things start going awry. So you got to be careful with these relationships where you bring in extra people. And two shall become one, not three, not four, not five, not six, not seven, and two shall become one, right? Y'all got to be careful with that type of stuff, fam. This dude come out of the room with a gun and shoot the guy in the stomach. For what reason? And why didn't he knock off the woman, knowing that she going straight to the police? If he already has the mindset of taking life over something trivial, what's going to stop him from taking an additional life over something trivial? What was it? And I'm thinking too, it may have been a situation where her and the dude got down a certain way. And maybe that dude was like, this nigga a sucker. He got to be a sucker bringing his woman over here. You know what I'm saying? Or coming over here with his woman. So he got to be a sucker. He got to be a beta. So I'm going to handle him like a beta. He probably told his woman, get in. He probably handled her like he handled her when he wasn't around. And she ain't no telling what she's been telling that dude also. She could have been telling her dude anything. She could have been telling the other dude something totally different. She is not telling the whole story. And I'm pretty sure dude is going to connect the dots. The moment he starts being investigated and he starts actually communicating with the investigators, I think he's going to reveal a lot more about this case and what actually happened, because I don't believe that that woman is telling the whole story. You know, these things happen, but they don't happen frequently. You know, usually when people are just swinging and trying to get their freak on like that, it don't usually end in murder. Now, these random hookups do. I don't know what y'all be thinking when y'all get on these apps and be meeting up with dudes you ain't never seen before in your life, except on an app. You don't know these people. It's hard enough to try to find somebody that you are compatible with in person, right? To meet somebody organically in person, like at a club, you know, at a bar, in the grocery store, at the post office, you know, or wherever. That's already difficult to find somebody like that. Even if you were introduced, it's hard to find somebody that you're compatible with. You'll be introduced by a mutual friend or whatever. You know a little bit of something about a person's background. And even then, the relationship could implode, right? But you meeting somebody on an app who can become anybody that they want to be on an app. You know how people lie on their profiles? And, you know, lying is one of the biggest things that we all try to guard against, right? We want to guard against being lied to. But you going to go meet somebody on an app and where the relationship already start off with a lie, the profile start off with a lie. I'm X amount of feet tall. I like to, this type of stuff they say. Hobbies, horseback riding, reading, skydiving, reading the Bible. You know, they try to say that they're involved in all of these activities that make a person thinks that they have a calm spirit or a free spirit, but really they have a demonic spirit. They ain't gonna list on that, yeah, I'm into, you know, sex with animals and I'm into this and that. They're not gonna say that type of stuff, but they're into all kinds of weirdo stuff. Yeah, you know, I'm into, you know, running through my girl's bank account once I win her trust. They're not gonna tell you all of that. They're gonna just, you know, tell you exactly what you want to hear. And then you gonna mess around and book a date with that person. Next thing you know, they're gonna have a search party out there looking for you. Every single day, y'all don't understand, fam. Every single day, I cover this news thing. Every single day, I come across a story where somebody met with somebody online and they either got robbed or killed. And I see a whole lot of black women getting killed by white dudes they meet online. Yeah, this is a true story. Look it up. You ain't gotta take my word, look it up. Almost daily now. It used to be like, you know, a couple times a year. Then the frequency went up to like, you know, maybe once a month. And now it's like, you know, then it went to like once a week. Now it's like, actually, you know, to be real about it, it's more like a couple times a week it happens now. You know, it's like a couple times. Women are meeting dudes online and getting murdered by these dudes who they don't know. But what say you, fam? Drop a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts. No more talk.